I think it's on. I can never tell if it's on or not. It shows that it's on. I guess just the 20-second delay thing. Once I see my bodies and wicks things come up, I'll know it's on. All right, we are up and live. Head, bodies, and wicks. Sorry about the inconvenience earlier. Just had to do with the changing of the name for some reason, and what that did was that screwed up everything. This is going to be a very quick analysis of what is going to happen, at least in the short term, if not this week. First of all, what I am is I am Ted. I am a short term I am a smart money strategist. I try to look at what the charts are telling me, and I try to look at them in a way, hey, if I had big money, what would I be doing with it? What would I be doing with a small guy? The small guy would be doing this. I should probably be doing this, that way I could take more money. Basically, that's what smart money is about. So, therefore, if you like that kind of stuff, and if you think you can make more money doing those kind of things, what I want you to do me a huge round of applause and click that subscribe button, click that link button, and that subscribe link button, and click the like button, and all your dreams will all come true. So anyways, we got lots to talk about. I'm gonna go through some indices, I'm gonna go through some crypto, and if we get time, I'm gonna get through some Forex. But first I want to get to some indices, and the first one I want to get to is SPX. So SPX has had a kind of a wonky week. You can see here's April 18th. Where was the last time we had? That was the last time we had. Okay, so this has been the week since April 18th. We started at a high and we ended at a high. Not even a high. We ended a little bit lower than the high that we had. So if we had this on a weekly chart, it would look like a little blip, but a bunch of wicks going either way. So that's what would be happening on the SP side. Now let me go ahead, and what I want to do is take myself off of this. That way you guys can look at the charts and determine for yourself what's going on. So what I did is I'm on an hourly chart. I put short way up here, right? Because there is as you can see, there's a spike coming right through this area, right? And it's because there is a bullish order block coming right through there. Now, once it comes back through here, there is enough momentum that it stops it for just 1 second, and then continues on. But then what does it do? It breaks the high and then pulls back. Now when it pulls back, what's it gonna do? It's gonna try to look for lower prices, that way it can get lower prices its portfolio, and get more money. So one of the things I chose was, well, actually two of the things I chose was this right here. This is your money box, I guess you could say. This is where your fair value gap is. You don't necessarily need it to go all the way down into this zone for it to turn around, especially if you have some kind of breaker or some kind of mitigation block, and that's what I'm looking for on the left hand side, to see if there's some kind of mitigation block in this area. And it does seem like there's some kind of mitigation block. So you have a low, a high, and a higher high, which means there would be some kind of mitigation block, which means that the lowest block, or the lowest lowest self-formed right through the area. So if I'm going to look through that, that's on a 15-minute chart. I'm going to look at that. I want to see what happens whenever SPX comes down and touches that area, and if it somehow gets a reaction and it does start moving upward, I would say go ahead and buy. Now keep in mind, everything I say is completely opinion. None of this is official. I am not a broker. I am not a financial advisor. I am just somebody who is teaching from my own experience, from the learnings of smart money. Now, that being said, if it does go through this box, what I would look for is something along the lines of this. Get it going. And the reason I would go for something along the lines of this is because you have two of these lower areas, which would mean there's liquidity there, which would means people are putting their buy stops here, or not buy stops, but buy limits here. So people are putting their buy limits here, people are putting their buy limits here. What smart money wants to do is go through those buy limits to take out those people, hit this block. The reason it wants to hit this block is because, if I want to go back even further, you have a fair value gap that actually extends down to here. I don't think it's going to get low. Good. Because it's right around the 88% mark. Now the 88% mark is infamous for taking trades and going above and beyond, going to try to make another high, which I do believe it will make another high. Why do I believe it will make another high? Well, that's going to go on to the next equity I'm going, not equity, but the next indice I want to show you. Next indice I want to show you is Nasdaq. Now Nasdaq, you can see, has also jumped above its recent highs. Look at that, all equal highs. And then just recently, within the last couple hours of trading, creeps above those, takes those out, and then pulls back. Same thing, same exact thing, right? So now what we got to be looking for is this breaker, right? Now when I say this breaker, I want to break it down to the 15-minute, because this 15-minute is a breaker there. So it is already in a breaker, not a breaker, sorry, fair value gap. It's already in a fair value gap, so it could automatically turn around and go right back up. It really could. But it could push further on through, like SPX could, and then go down to this breaker and then turn around as well. But got all of this down here looking at low level liquidity. Now all this looking at low level liquidity. Now there's nothing I'm seeing. There is something I'm seeing, right? This right here would be a order block. This. So, what this would do, this came down and hit this order block, which would be a reclaimed order block. As you can see, it's already reclaimed it once, or claimed it once. What it would do is that it would come down, go below the 79-cent mark, would be perfect for these guys to make bank, especially if they're selling and trying to wait for the perfect moment to buy. It would clear all of this liquidity, which means everybody's got their buy limit set right here. All these guys got their buy limit set right here. Nasdaq, and they're probably not going to expect it to get down to this mark. Probably going to have a pretty tight stop loss, and they're probably going to have it right at this high, where this red candle is. This is probably where they were expecting to go. They're not going to be expecting something far in the past to be the trigger that not only takes out all that stuff, but not only that, you could also use the halfway block to measure out you could see it actually probably come past down through here, because right here is the halfway block of the order block. Generally, when things get halfway past the order block, tends to keep going lower, but in this case, I don't see that being the possibility. I see maybe a spike going through this right here, and then taking out all that liquidity right there, and then boom, going for. I would say, if anything, what you would be looking out for something along the lines right around in here. Just to get what they want. So, like I said, already entered. Oh wow, it's already time. Realize it was time. So it's already entered 4-hour block, or the fair value gap. Now we want to watch if it's going to go down through the fair value gap, or if it's going to reject. I have a feeling it's going to keep going down. Here we have a breaker. Not only do we have a breaker, but we also have a fair value gap as well. And that fair value gap comes in the 1 hour. There you go. Look at these fair value gaps. Back to the hour. Go. Could have insane. You could have go to here, go across. It could go into this territory, and then also last territory. As far as here. And I also have 1 hour fair value gap. So that means this is the halfway point of that fair value gap. That's still just under the 61%. Not much. I mean, that's the discount rate that people want. You want 62% or below, right? Really wanted to squeeze some more money out of this. Got an order block right here, right? Could pass that order block, right? That was in 15-minute. Yep. Minute. You have another fair value gap where people would think it would go if it didn't say, let's say, do a long position, right? Let's say you have a long position right here, right? Long position right there, and you don't think it's going to get past it. That's what most people are looking for, because it looks something like a 3-to-1, and their target would probably be somewhere around here, because that would be the next red candle, right? So it's a pretty good ratio to try to, for some retail trader to try to land. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's many retail traders trying to land this kind of trade. That's what retail traders try to do. Try to squeeze any little penny that they can out of retail trade, and it just doesn't work. So that being said, Nasdaq, watch this. Gonna be a lot of downflow. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Upflow, downflow, upflow, downflow. Lowest it's gonna get is down here, and then we could see a spike up at, and that's what I'm thinking. I think it's gonna get down to about this 88.8%. Once it gets down to about that 88.8%, it skyrockets. That being said, let's move on to US 30. US 30 is really interesting because we do have double highs, double lows on this, and that off, and I haven't drew thing right here. Two paths. One go up, take out liquidity, the buy side. One go up, take out buy side liquidity above, and go down and take out sell side liquidity. Do the reverse, go down, take down, which already already set up. Take out the sell side liquidity and then go above and take out the buy side liquidity. So be on each side has each close and equal high, so it's hard to tell which one is going to. By all three of these three kind of move in tandem. My thoughts are going to be that this thing is going to go down, right? The reason I think this is going to go down is because we have this for one. You have this huge fair value gap right here, right? That needs to be filled. And then once it gets filled, it's going to probably hit this order block right here. And then turn around and go up. Therefore, that would make sense between all three of the indices. All three of the indices, all three going down, trying to find spots to make more money, I guess you could say, trying to find spots to buy. That way they're not what I'm looking. But this thing could also, again, this thing does have double side liquidity. So instead of not just buying here, this thing could also could go through here. And could go down to here, right? Try to pull up a little bit, then try to pull down, take out all this buy side liquidity. On here, go down here, take out the buy side, sell side liquidity, pull up a little bit more, and then go all the way down and take out all of this sell side liquidity, everybody out, then shoot its way. But I have a feeling that's what's going to happen with Nasdaq, and SP, all pointing down, all looking to go to try to find a bigger break, a better price, all of them. So just keep a lookout for that for your indices for this week, those of you that trade indices. Now go ahead and let's get on to some crypto. Why not? Go to Bitcoin. I'm still sticking with my stance. My stance was gonna be hitting Okay, so what happened with Bitcoin is that this came down, right? And this red line represents an order block. So it hits an order block, bounces back up, right? Then once it bounces back up, doesn't really do much, but it doesn't clear any. I mean, it cleared a little bit of sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity, but it cleared enough to where it could break down really quick. Up, shoots back down. Now, when it comes back down to here, this is a fair value gap. This thing fills this fair value gap perfectly. See? On. I thought it was going to hit an order block. Or I thought it was going to hit another order block. And this thing just keeps going lower. Wow. My thing was, I thought it was going to come up here and hit this fair value gap box, and it may take some time to do it, but fair value gap box 53547 is fair value gap box. I am on. Let me get back to. I'm on an hour timesheet. Right, hour. Evidently, these are not working. So goes down to 2. There it goes down to 2 order blocks. It's probably going to be looking for this right here. Going to be 45.17, 44.056. Somewhere in between there. That's where I think Bitcoin is going to go. 45.17. $33,976. All right, that's my Bitcoin prediction. Ethereum. All right, Ethereum definitely went through my block and made equal lows. Look at these equal lows. This is not it's a good thing if you're a shorter. If you're not a shorter, it's a bad thing. Okay, so we got 3 equal lows that's bouncing off of. I have a feeling it's gonna bounce right through those lows. Everything else has been bouncing off lows. So careful with This, I thought it was gonna go into this block and go up. Everything is going negative on the altcoin side, any kind of coin side. Came back up, filled the halfway gap. It's going to keep going lower. Maybe not. Maybe it'll keep going higher. Maybe we'll get lucky. Need some kind of turnaround right now. That's what I was thinking for Ethereum. Again, could still crash down below those lows. I'm on an hour chart. Going to the 5-minute chart. What's going on here? Here, what's happened in the 5-minute chart? Got a fair value gap. And that fair value gap got touched. As soon as that fair value gap got touched, boom, back the opposite way. Now we'll see if that fair value gap coming up to it, that fair value gap closes. If it closes, then we're looking more bullish than we are bearish. And I had this marked over here because that was, I want to say, a 15-minute maybe that was an hour got redelivery balance, meaning usually when this happens, you have a candle, actually balance and take that off. That's my bad. All right, so that's what I got for Ethereum. Not for sure what's gonna happen. I want to be optimistic and say it's gonna go above, because look at all these equal highs you have above Ethereum. Have it's somewhat equal highs. Pass these equal highs, then you got another equal high to pass. Then you got a fair value gap that you got to fill in. Came up, touched this fair value gap, started to go back down, went back down pretty far, get back up, also fighting, try to go back. I have no idea what. Low, high, lower, high. That wouldn't be this. color be your gonna be your mitigation block. Being mitigation blocks, they can get above it, then it's support. Most of the time, what happens is mitigation block. We'll have to see that 5-minute mitigation block on Ethereum. What else we got going on? Solana. Solana is on a tear. Hopefully add some money in Solana. It is on a retracement. I was gonna say wait till try to get back down into 40s and the 30s, put some money in there. But it looks like defying all odds. It going up. Maybe it's going up to try to trick people, trying to buy more. Then it'll fall. Because you got a low, high, low, low. High. Breaker. Oh, it's a breaker. Okay. Well thought out. Not well thought out, but there's reason for it to buy. So, Solana looking like a buy right now. Well, maybe not a buy right now. But I would say watch for it, wait for it to try to break these highs, and I would even say wait for it to try it can get to this 150%. We can get to this 150% at 2. We are in good territory with Solana. I own a couple Solana myself, and I am looking for the day Solana coin. Cardano, don't know what's going on with Cardano. Keeps slipping. I don't know if it's the projects that it's got going on or what it is, but it keeps pushing down, trying to take out people that are trying to go long, and hopefully it makes its way back. At least the 120. I mean, I think 120 is a fair deal for ADA. At this closer, can't get 5 minutes going. Actually, let's take a 4-hour look at this. not going to show much except for it just slowly kind of. But that's what it does. I feel like it does this. It kind of has its low moments, and all of a sudden it has it have those moment, and I have moment and have a peak. Hopefully that peak is coming. I think it just has to do with the projects that are coming out of Bono, but ADA. We'll have to see that. Neo is another one I wanted to touch on. Neo was doing absolutely phenomenal, and then all of a sudden kind of went down, and not too happy about it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. And Neo was just doing like so perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden stopped. And I have no news for Neo other than because it started going sideways right around here, right around the whole 60 point mark. If there is a saving grace in Neo, it is going to be right in here. Gonna be right in here. If it gets below that, I don't know. Anyways, Forex, I really don't know what to do with Forex. I just maybe we can go over the maybe we can go over the DXY. I know I'm live for 45 minutes. Doing actually pretty good. Cutting through these pretty quick. DXY has been going down. And if we look at a daily chart for take off my markings. Good. So here's the thing, is that we don't know if this right here pullback to pull to be more bullish, or if this is actually signaling we're actually going to go lower, right? So we broke this lower liquidity level, right? Next level of liquidity is going to be this one. Next level of liquidity. So I personally believe we are going to be going down below these kind of, we're going to be going below daily. That's gonna take a minute to try to get up to. Looks like this past week kind of faltered for a second, and then all of a sudden it fell. At the very end, had to make a move back up and then fell again. So I think this could be good news for things like USD, Incidics, USD, that whatever side you're on. USD, which is really kind of wonky. So many notes. This is the daily. I was trying to go down, but we are trying to make it back up. Have quite a bit of fair value gaps above that. Also, well, highs, quite a few equal highs right through there. Actually, right where that equal high is right now. Unequal highs through. I would say look for GBP USD to be on the rise. That I just went to each. Note. Working or not. I will because I don't really see any low side liquidity on GBP. It's just kind of all over the. Is this marking here? That's gonna take a while to. This take a couple days. I'm thinking as far as he could go down 4 hour. Could go down to the 4 hour, hit this. Oh, this is perfect. FEG and bullish order block all at the same time. Can't spell. There we go. And the thing with Forex is that it likes to draw lower, especially in the weekly. It likes to draw lower, right, to try to sucker you in, try to buy lower, sell, then all of a sudden it'll turn up and then take you out. That way Thursday hits, Thursday is the high, going from there. Although I will say Euro USD was the exact opposite. The high ended up being very, very. See what happens from here. I actually want to drop this. Drop it down. 4 hour, yes. That would be perfect. Right at the 70.5. Oh. Magnet. Magnet on it. There we go. Magnets on it. Magnets on it. Okay. Perfect spot. 79.5. I think this is what we're looking. Probably gonna see some higher prices. XY. Let me take a look at the XY. I wanted to look at mana, but I don't know. Mana was good at 20 cents and now it's going up. And yeah, well it's got GBP for me already, so it doesn't matter. Oh no, here comes. Yeah, man, is just not tanking, but not doing as well as it should, I guess. Weird, because why it's stopping right here on Coinbase, because I literally bought it at 20 cents. Huh. Usually whenever it stops like that, because it hasn't posted or been sold on some kind of platform, but I know I bought mana on 20 cents. Plus it's just different. Mana decent. Maybe this. Hello. Why is Big Data Protocol now coming in play? Jeez. I bought Big Data Protocol at $3. It's not doing well. Either way, EXY, that's what I was trying to get to. EXY, I think, is going to try to get down below here. I think it's going to try to force it even low. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see. Gonna be an interesting week, that's for sure. Anyways, that's enough of my time. I am up to my hour, and that is enough for me of talking. And I know I talk a lot during my presentations, but I hope I give a lot of information. And I just want you all to remember